Hello and welcome to Life Balance Radio. We are continuing our series on 99 steps towards life balance, and we are up to step number 3, and take time for reflection. This is going to be a fun episode, pretty short, and just thank you for joining. Please remember to like and subscribe, and that's the way that we get support here at Third Power Performance. So appreciate you. Look forward to sharing reflection. So, the big question is this: how are successful professionals like us going to find life balance with all of the pressures, distractions, and obligations constantly trying to pull us in different directions? And how can we have the success we want and yet still have a full, balanced, and vibrant life that we absolutely love? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. I'm Dan Gentry, and welcome to Life Balance Radio. We need to take time for reflection, especially when events happen that we wish they wouldn't happen. A lot of times negative things happen in our lives. And one of my favorite sayings by Jim Rohn is, "The same wind blows on us all, but our journey to the destination is not set by the wind, it's by the set of our sails." So the same wind blows on us all. It's how you set your sails that will determine how you react to that. And so many times when negative things happen, we just kind of go into a funk, and we kind of get depressed, and, oh, why me, and all of that. Well, the reality of it is that everything that happens to us creates a result. Sometimes it's a positive result, sometimes it's a negative result. But each of those results has a lesson in it for us. And it's our kind of mission, if you will, is to find what are the lessons, what are the things that we can learn from the events that happen to us. Because the reality of it is there is something positive that can come out of every negative situation. Sometimes the situations are really, really terrible, right? I've had more than my fair share of really terrible situations. But the reality of it is that even something really terrible, like the death of my father, right? I mean, it was heartbreaking. It was a really difficult time, and yet I was able to get little messages and little lessons from that. I still remember that the day that my company, Greater Visions, came into being, right? The stamp on that happened within half an hour to an hour of when my father actually passed. And so those kinds of things, there are these coincidences that happen. I've got a whole talk on coincidences in the Coincidence Committee that I'll do here in a little bit. But there are lessons for us to learn from everything that happens to us. The key is to take the time to find those lessons. And sometimes it can be a real pain trying to get through the difficulties and to find out what is the lesson that we've got to learn from this. But it is so critically important for us to take that time. Especially when something negative happens in your life, take the time to reflect, sit back and breathe and feel through it, and realize that nothing happens to us on accident necessarily. There's a lesson and there's a beauty that can come from it. You look at what I'm doing right now. This came from desperation and real issues. My entire life kind of blew up, but out of that I realized what I needed to do, and kind of my mission came out of that negative, horrible situation, right? 2001, 2002 were terrible times for me. It was divorce, it was the loss of job, it was loss of a parent, it was all of these things, right? And my whole life blew up. But out of that, I could have gone into a depression and just kind of like life is not okay anymore. But I was able to take and find the nuggets and the beauty that came from those trials and tribulations. And they're all there. Trust me, no matter what you're going through, no matter the situation that you find yourself in, there are positive pieces to it. and things that will lead you to a much greater future. It's just, sometimes it does take some digging. I will give you that, right? But it is far, far better than just wallowing in the, oh, poor me, right? So don't have a pity party, don't have a pity parade even, right? Reflect, find the positives, and find a way to move forward in a positive direction. And that is what self-reflection can do for you. So remember, it's the set of the sails, not the blowing of the wind. So until next time, live your life to the third power. Thank you for listening to my podcast. But before you go, would you like to have somebody help you create more balance in your life? Do you have difficulties juggling all of the different things that are pulling on us for our time, for our attention? I have a program that I have just created called the Life Balance Academy. It's a 6-week program, full life balance training, everything that I have been teaching over the past 20 years, consolidated into one 6-week program. This is something that's brand new, and I'm very excited to share with you. If you would like more information about that, you can go to my website at www.thirdpowerperformance.com. Until then, live your life to the third power.